Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Custom. So today I'm sharing with you a really cool custom statue. This is a red She-Hulk made from the Sideshow's Savage She-Hulk. This is actually a fun project because I like doing these custom statues for collectors and people who are not worried about their collection being worth money, or they just want the, or they're worrying about reselling the statue. It's just more like, these are people who just love these characters and they want these grails in their collection, and I have a lot of fun doing that for them. And it's also cool for me to kind of learn about these characters I don't know about. So I really don't know much about Red She-Hulk, but it's kind of cool when I get the project. I do a little research on them and I kind of just see what's going on. So it was a little bit of work on her. It came out pretty cool. I'll show you some things I added to her that was pretty cool that I did for the client, because I figured, he really wanted this statue. It was kind of a grail, and I wanted to add a little bit extra for them, so I'll kind of show you what I did. But he sent me a piece of artwork, and I had to pretty much follow the outfit. So the outfit is, she's got the big flowing hair with the red bangs, red skin, and the outfit was like a tight spandex type outfit like this, with the white lines on the side under her arms, the belt, and the boot. So it was pretty much of sanding down the Savage She-Hulk to get all this. And then he also said that she had a sai as a weapon, so I don't know if that's what she used to use or she still used, or so I just went and searched eBay and I found a couple different sais. One was like a keychain and one was an Electra sai that's actually a letter opener. And I got both of them. We did some comparison, kind of like this one, so I figured let's cut the tip off, we'll put it into the base, and it'll work out, because even though it's fairly big, it's still, She-Hulk, so who's to say she doesn't have this really cool big size. So it's kind of something just to add to the base, which was fun. So, as far as another picture she sent me, she was holding a sign that said She-Hulk Lane that was all ripped up, like, she's in the middle of the street. And she just got it all bloody. Well, he wanted to add the blood and everything, which was kind of cool. And just kind of, it's like a street sign that's just all bent up, and she's in the street just wreaking havoc. So that was pretty cool. Now, the statue was pretty much customized near the end, and I was going to resculpt the hair from scratch because I didn't like the Savage She-Hulk hair for this specific custom. But I got a bunch of Wonder Woman premium formats from Sideshow, and I'm doing some customs on them. So a couple of them I wasn't using the hair, so I actually matched up the hair to this statue, and it actually worked out perfect. I'm like, wow, that's going to work out great. It just looks like her hair. It's all messy and flowing. I said, let's just throw that on there, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. So what I had to do is I had to chop off the side of it, so I'll get in a little bit closer and show you what I did. So what I had to do is I had to chop off the side and everything, and I had to fix up the hair, and then once I kind of put it in and I kind of attached it, I started resculpting around the edges. So as you can kind of see, we got the whole flow around the arm and everything, so it's kind of evened out. So that worked out pretty cool. So onto the sign. As you can see, I added his name onto that side and then the She-Hulk Lane. So I figured, it's just a really cool idea to have that type of a custom, that this is your custom and your name's on it. It's really just something extra I did for him, and I thought it was pretty cool. Now, her arm actually came straight down. So what I did is I broke it up there, I broke it over here, broke it at the wrist, I changed the hand, and I bent up the wrist, and I redid some resculpting of the arm and all the muscles and stuff, just to give her a little bit of a different look than actually having that arm all the way out. And then, it's just, this right here is actually printed out on a piece of film that you can actually do like iron on. A friend of mine, Meta John, that's in Canada, does t-shirts for a living, and I always tell people it's really good to know a lot of people in the hobby, or just know anybody in general, because if somebody's working at a company or knows somebody, you can utilize their type of equipment or what they know to make really cool custom statues. So instead of just printing it out on a piece of paper and then attaching it, it's actually like a really filmy, like slick surface, and it worked out pretty cool. So what I did was, this is a piece of hollow aluminum that I attached a bigger piece on. I resculpted up top, and then these two pieces here are actually copper like metal sheets that I actually cut off, and I put into the metal rod, and then I bent them. So they're all kind of like warpy, that, they're beat up. And then I attached the stuff that John gave me, with some glue, and then I sealed it with some gloss. And then after all that was set up, I actually sculpted eaves around the edge of it so it seals it. It's like all part one piece, and then I painted it black. So by adding the glue, bending it, and then sanding it down, it all just gives it that dirtiness, and it's ripped up, and it's broken, and it works out good in trying to make it super clean. So it worked out great for the custom. So, onto her outfit, as you can see, basically he gave me the drawing of the outfit, which she's got it cut up over here. She shows a lot of cleavage, and it's all kind of tight and taunt up in here. So I actually drilled out her breast. I gave her bigger breasts, of course, because you always just, a lot of her pictures she was really stacked. So with the arm up and everything, I had to give her bigger ones. So if you catch in the light, what I did was I added seam lines here, here, and here, and then I added tautness. So I wanted to follow this sculpting that's down here around the crotch area up around in here. So it gives it the idea that the outfit is really tight. I did a seam kind of over in here. I sculpted up around there. I added like a line going around here, more over here. I gave her the collars. She's got the collars up in here, the tautness over here. So I wanted to give a lot of detail to the outfit, even though it's a simple outfit. Instead of just giving like, a sculpt here, a sculpt there, and then just some line work, I kind of wanted to really try to push the details on there. So it might not be showing that much in there, but it's there. So the belt was already on her. So what I did is I dremeled out this area, and I resculpted this piece here to kind of follow one of the other artworks, because it seemed like every artwork she had a different type of belt. So I kind of went with one I saw that I kind of liked. So that was pretty cool. So as for the boots, if you've seen the Savage She-Hulk, it is... she has these big boots with these pieces up here, and I had to dremel it all down, and then I had to, resculpt the calf muscles, and then I added the boots. So I kind of followed one artwork where this goes down to here, and then there was a line there with the wrinkles going in the back, as you can see. And then same thing with this boot over here. And I just ran with it. So for the side, as you can see in the base, what I did was I dremeled a hole in here, and then I put the sigh in, and then around here I sculpted upwards on the base. So what I did is I rolled out some eaves, and I let it dry overnight really thin, and then I broke it, and I added those pieces on there, and I sculpted around it, and then I painted it. So as you can kind of see, it looks like she threw it on the ground into the street, and it just broke it all up with the amount of stuff. So you can actually pull it out, and you can see how I cut the tip, because it went just way too long, like all the way over like here. So you just put that right in the base like that, which is removable. So added a couple drops to the base, and she's in the street theme like some of the others I did. So it's kind of like he can have all the characters together of the She-Hulk females, and they're kind of all in that street theme. So it kind of works out pretty cool. So we'll go back a little bit, do some turns on her. So it was a fun custom, And you just wanted to, do a nice red skin tone and give her a nice shiny outfit, kind of like that latex spandex look. And I just ran with it. So the skin tone is red, but it's not, it's not just a red and a shade. It might seem like that in the camera, but there is a bunch of different reds. I did one big, garage kit flesh tone of red, and then I added some darker reds in areas, and I added some darker reds with a little bit of a Payne's gray, because if you did black, it sort of kind of mashes it up, but the Payne's gray actually has like a blue in it, so it's kind of like a grayish blue transparency instead of like black. So what I did is I added that more into the shading with some reds than actually just black. So in person you can kind of see it's got like that little bit of a purplish blue for shading, since it's got the blue tint on it. Now as for the hair, you might see it in the camera. I did black, flat black, and then what I did is I added interference red onto it, and that interference red gives it that silkiness, because I figure, She-Hulk, you're not going to have jet black gloves, jet black hair, jet black boots. I wanted to kind of do a little different on each one, so I added this interference red, so hopefully you can kind of see the way it catches in the camera, and it just gives it some shine to it. So you figure, And then for the face, just pretty simple. So the camera might give it that shine a lot, at least to kind of take the kings away. So you get that little darkness, and I gave her eyes like a silver paint. So, worked out pretty cool. So hopefully you guys like the way she came out. Had a lot of fun working on her. And thanks for watching.